The rain hammered down like fists from an angry god, turning the cracked driveway of the old farmhouse into a river of mud. Alex Harper, 17 and soaked to the bone, clutched his backpack as his father's voice thundered through the screen door. "You're no son of mine anymore. Get out and don't come back." In that moment, as lightning cracked the sky, he locked eyes with his little brother Jamie, peeking from the hallway shadows, and whispered the words that would haunt them both. "I'll come back for you. I promise. No matter what." Alex stumbled into the night, the weight of betrayal crushing his chest, but that promise burned brighter than the storm. He hitchhiked out of Willow Creek, Ohio, a speck of a town where cornfields stretched like judgmental fingers, and the whispers of neighbors could bury you alive. By dawn, he was on a Greyhound bound for Chicago, $19 in his pocket and a heart full of rage and resolve. The bus rattled through the darkness, and Alex stared out at the blurring lights, vowing silently to rise from this ashes, not just to survive, but to thrive, to become someone his family could never ignore. Chicago swallowed him whole, a beast of steel and neon that didn't care about your story. He crashed on the lumpy couch of a shelter for queer youth, a place called Rainbow Bridge, where the air smelled of instant noodles and unspoken traumas. There, he met Lena, a fierce 20-year-old lesbian with tattoos snaking up her arms like vines reclaiming a wall. She was studying graphic design at a community college, scraping by on night shifts at a diner. "Kid," she said on his first night, tossing him a blanket, "this city's a jungle. But us outcasts? We learn to roar." Lena became his anchor, the big sister he never had, teaching him how to navigate the underground scene of poetry slams and pride rallies, where vulnerability was currency and stories like his weren't tragedies, they were battle cries. But survival wasn't pretty. Alex dropped out of high school equivalency classes to bus tables, his hands raw from scalding dishes, his mind replaying the farmhouse, door slamming shut. Nightmares woke him. His mother's tear-streaked face, averted in shame. His father's belt cracking against the barn wall as he bellowed Bible verses. Jamie's wide blue eyes, pleading without words. Letters he wrote home went unanswered, returned unopened, each one a knife twist. "I'm okay," he'd scribble anyway. "Getting stronger. Hold on." He didn't know if Jamie ever saw them. By 19, Alex had clawed his way into an art internship at a small gallery in Wicker Park. His sketches, raw, jagged lines capturing the isolation of shadowed figures, caught the eye of Marcus Hale, a curator twice his age with a silver tongue and a Rolodex of connections. Marcus saw potential in Alex's pain, mentored him through late-night critiques, pushing him to exhibit at local shows. "Your work screams truth," Marcus said one evening over cheap wine. "Don't dilute it." Alex nodded, but trust was a fragile thing. He'd learned that early. Still, under Marcus's wing, his pieces sold. First to curious tourists, then to collectors who murmured about emerging queer voices. Money trickled in, enough for a tiny studio apartment with peeling wallpaper and a fire escape view of the L train. That's where he met Theo. It was a humid July night in 2012 at a rooftop party thrown by the gallery. Theo Vasquez, 22, was a photographer with sun-kissed skin and a laugh that cut through the city's hum like sunlight. He was undocumented, chasing a dream degree in visual arts at Columbia College, his camera slung around his neck like a talisman. They bonded over stolen glances across the crowd, then a shared joint on the fire escape, trading stories of borders crossed, not just geographic, but the invisible ones of identity and fear. "My family's in Juarez," Theo confessed, exhaling smoke. "They think I'm studying business. If they knew about this," he gestured vaguely at the rainbow flags fluttering below, "it'd break them." Alex reached for his hand, their fingers intertwining like roots seeking soil. "Then we build our own family," he said softly. It was the first time in years he'd let himself hope for more than survival. Their love unfolded like a secret garden in the concrete sprawl. Mornings tangled in thrift store sheets, afternoons wandering Lincoln Park with Theo's lens capturing Alex's unguarded smiles. Theo's photos of Alex, leaning against graffiti walls, eyes fierce against the wind, hung in his dorm, whispers of intimacy without the weight of expectation. But shadows lingered. Alex's phone buzzed rarely, only from Lena, who warned him about burnout. You're healing, mi amor, but don't forget to breathe. And Jamie, God, Jamie. Alex tracked him through social media scraps, a grainy profile picture of a gangly 12-year-old at a school play. The promise echoed in quiet moments, a tether pulling him back to Willow Creek even as he built walls against it. Then came the first twist, subtle as a fault line. Marcus offered Alex a solo show in New York, a leap that could launch him into the big leagues. This is it, kid. Galleries on the East Coast are watching. Theo's face lit up, but his eyes held a storm. Chicago's home now, he said later, tracing Alex's collarbone. But New York's. Temporary, right? Alex promised it was, but doubt crept in, leaving Mint risking the fragile world they'd carved. Leaving Mint confronting the abandonment that still clawed at his dreams. He accepted anyway, telling himself it was for them, for the future where he could keep every promise. New York was a whirlwind of concrete canyons and critique. Alex's show, Exiled Echoes, sold out in hours, critics praising the visceral authenticity of his queer exile narratives. He rented a walk-up in Brooklyn, sublet sight unseen, and Theo visited on weekends, their reunions feverish with missed touches and murmured plans. But distance bred fissures. Theo's calls grew shorter, laced with exhaustion from double shifts at a photo lab. My visa's expiring, he admitted one night over crackling video. I might have to go back. Alex's heart seized. No, we'll fight it. Lawyers, petitions, whatever it takes. But Theo's silence spoke volumes, the weight of borders heavier than oceans. Back in Chicago, Lena noticed the strain. Over coffee at their old diner haunt, she slid a faded photo across the table. Alex and Jamie, arms slung around each other at a county fair, cotton candy smeared on their grins. Found this in a box from home. Ma sent it, no note. Alex's throat tightened. The photo was from before, when love was simple, untainted. Jamie's 16 now, Lena said gently. Trouble brewing in that town. Whispers from old neighbors. Your dad's sick, farm's failing. Kids acting out, skipping school. Alex stared at the image, the promise igniting like embers. 10 years. He'd built an empire from fragments, but the tether snapped taut. He flew back to Chicago unannounced, needing Theo's arms to ground him. But the apartment was dim, Theo's camera case zipped shut on the table. A note. Had to go home. Ice raid at the lab. Don't follow, it's too dangerous. Take Quiero siempre. Alex crumpled it, rage and grief colliding. Abandoned again, but this time by choice, by fear. He punched the wall, knuckles splitting, blood smearing the paint like one of his own canvases. Lena found him there at dawn, curled on the floor. Breathe, Alex. You're not alone. But he was, echoes of Willow Creek amplifying the void. Months blurred into a haze of workaholic fury. Alex threw himself into commissions, his art darkening. Figures fractured, colors bleeding into voids. New York buzzed with his name, but success tasted like ash. Then, a call from an unknown Ohio number shattered the numbness. Alex? It's Jamie. The voice was deeper, edged with desperation, but unmistakably his brother's. Dad's dying. Cancer. He wants to see you. Before it's too late. Alex's world tilted. The promise he'd made in the rain now demanded payment, pulling him back to the place that broke him. He arrived in Willow Creek on a gray November afternoon, the town unchanged. Same sagging porches, same judgmental stares from pickup trucks. The farmhouse loomed, paint peeling like old skin. Jamie met him at the door, taller now at 20, but the blue eyes were the same, haunted, hopeful. They hugged awkwardly, years of silence compressing into bone-crushing grip. You came, Jamie whispered. Inside, the air was thick with stale smoke and regret. Their mother hovered in the kitchen, eyes red-rimmed, wringing a dish rag. Alexander, she said, voice cracking. No warmth, just obligation. Their father lay in the master bedroom, a husk of the man who'd wielded fear like a weapon. Tubes snaked from his arms, monitors beeping a dirge. He turned his head, eyes milky but sharp. Boy, he rasped. Alex froze in the doorway, the ghost of that rainy night rising. You kept your word. For him. He nodded at Jamie, who stood rigid beside Alex. No apology, no absolution, just acknowledgement, brittle as autumn leaves. Alex swallowed bile. For family, he said flatly. But inside, storms raged. Forgiveness a foreign language, resentment a live wire. The days stretched into a tense vigil. Jamie opened up in stolen moments. On the back porch swing, under star-pricked skies. After you left, it got worse. Dad preaching fire and brimstone, Ma popping pills to cope. I tried to be straight, Alex. Dated girls, joined the church group. But it's a lie. I'm like you. The confession hung heavy, Jamie's hands trembling. Alex pulled him close, the little brother now a man carrying the same scars. You don't have to hide. Not from me. But Willow Creek's grip was iron. Town gossips circling like vultures, the pastor thundering from the pulpit about sodomite influences returning to corrupt. Lena flew in for support, her presence a spark of defiance. She bunked in the guest room, regaling Jamie with tales of Chicago's queer underground, showing him photos of pride parades where love marched unashamed. This is your future, kid. Not this backwater cage. But tension simmered. Their mother cornered Alex one evening, voice low. He's confused because of you. Stay away, let us fix him. The words sliced deep, reopening wounds. Alex stormed out, driving aimlessly until he found himself at the old creek bridge, where he'd once carved initials into the rail, A&J, brothers forever. That's when the first real conflict erupted. Jamie vanished that night, phone dead. Alex and Lena scoured the town, heart pounding with visions of worsts. A bridge too high, a bottle too full. Dawn broke with him found, stumbled home by a deputy, reeking of cheap whiskey, bruises blooming on his knuckles from a bar fight. Some guys at the roadhouse, he slurred. Called me a fag. Said I learned it from my pervert brother. Alex held him as he retched, fury boiling. The promise wasn't just return, it was protection, and he'd failed already. Word spread like wildfire. The next church service, the pews buzzed. Pastor Hale, yes, kin to Marcus, a coincidence that twisted like fate, called Alex out from the pulpit. Repentance is the only path, son, or you'll drag this family to hell. Whispers turned to shouts as Alex stood, voice steady. I'm here for Jamie, not your sermons. He walked out, Jamie trailing, the door banging like thunder. Outside, rain began again, a cruel echo. What now? Jamie asked, soaked and shaking. Alex met his gaze. We leave. Together. But first, we fight. For you. For us. As winter gripped Willow Creek, alliances fractured and formed. Lena connected Jamie with online queer youth groups, his face lighting up during secret video calls. But their mother spiraled, pills scattering like confetti at her feet. One night, she confronted Alex in the kitchen, knife in hand. Not threat, but desperation, slicing vegetables with manic fury. You poisoned him. My baby. Alex disarmed her gently, holding her as sobs racked her frame. I love him, Ma. Like you should. In that broken moment, a crack appeared, her hand on his, whispering, I'm sorry. For everything. Theo's ghost haunted too. A care package arrived. His camera, lens cap engraved with For the One Who Sees Me. A letter inside. I'm safe in Juarez, fighting from here. Our love crosses borders. Come when you can. Tears blurred the ink. Alex pocketed it, resolve hardening. But twists waited. Marcus called, voice urgent. Your father's side, Pastor Hale? He's pushing a town ordinance against deviant education. Targeting Jamie's school. The web tightened. Family ties, old wounds, new battles. The climax built like a squall. Jamie's school counselor, a closeted ally named Riley, tipped them off. Expulsion looming for disruptive behavior, code for his quiet coming out to a friend. Alex rallied. Lena organizing a protest, flyers plastered on lampposts. Love wins in Willow Creek. The town hall meeting was a powder keg. Pastor Hale thundered, faces nodding. Farmers, shopkeepers, the backbone of prejudice. Alex took the mic, voice raw. I was thrown out for being me. My brother won't be. This promise? It's for every kid hiding in shadows. Jamie stood beside him, hand in his, the room electric. Chaos erupted, shouts, a chair toppling, deputy hands on shoulders. But eyes shifted, a mother in the back, tears streaming, her own son lost to similar hate. Whispers of doubt rippled. Outside, under flashing lights, Jamie hugged Alex fierce. You kept it. Not fully, not yet. Their father, from his deathbed via speakerphone, rasped one last words. "Bring him home, son." Clean. A half apology, but enough to fracture the wall. Spring thawed the fields, and with it, departures. Their father passed quietly, the funeral a tense truce. Mother clutching Alex's arm, Jamie reading a eulogy that danced around truths. He tried in his way. Alex sold a painting to fund their escape. Tether, two figures linked by storm clouds, sold for 5 figures to a New York collector. Theo waited in Chicago. Visa won through a pro bono fight, his text a lifeline. "Our garden grows." But the final twist struck on the road out. A flat tire on I-70, rain sheeting again. As Alex jacked the car, headlights pierced the dark. A black SUV, Pastor Hale at the wheel. "One last chance, boy. Take Jamie back, or I'll make sure no gallery touches your filthy art." Blackmail. Photos from the protest, twisted to smear. Alex's blood iced. "Try it. My world's bigger than yours." Hale laughed, cold. "Family's everything." He drove off, taillights fading like a threat. Chicago welcomed them with open arms. Lena's apartment became base camp, Jamie enrolling in community college, eyes wide at the diversity. Theo enveloped Alex at the airport, kiss salt-tinged with relief. "You kept promises I couldn't." Nights healed slowly, group therapy circles, art classes where Jamie sketched his own stories, tentative friendships blooming with other queer transplants. Sam, a trans barista with a poet's soul. Mia, a bi-activist fighting campus biases. Yet echoes lingered. Months in, a gallery scandal. Hale's influence tanking Alex's East Coast deals, whispers of controversial morals. Rage flared, but Theo grounded him. "Fight with light, amor. Your art's the weapon." Alex channeled it, a new series, promises kept, exhibited in a packed Chicago hall. Critics raved, collectors bid high. Jamie's first piece sold beside it, a portrait of two brothers under rain, unbreakable. 1 year on, Willow Creek called again. Their mother, sober now, invited them home, not for reconciliation, but amends. "I want to know you. Both." The drive was fraught, old ghosts stirring. At the farmhouse, rebuilt porch swing creaking, she handed Alex a box. Returned letters, yellowed but cherished. Jamie saved them. "Read to me." Tears fell as Alex did, voices weaving past to present. No perfection, just progress, a family reforged in fragments. In the city lights, love deepened. Theo's photos captured their quartet, Alex, Jamie, Lena, him, against skylines, unbreakable. Twists resolved not in bangs, but breaths. A town ordinance defeated by Riley's testimony. Hale's quiet retirement, conscience pricked. Alex's promise evolved. To Jamie, to Theo, to himself. Return not just to save, but to stay whole. Years layered like varnish on canvas. Jamie thrived, opening a queer youth center in Chicago. Lena his co-founder, tattoos now mentoring ink. Theo and Alex married in a rooftop ceremony, rain holding off for once. Vows echoing that stormy night. "I'll come back." Always. Their mother visited, tentative bridges crossed over coffee and confessions. In quiet moments, Alex sketched by the window, Theo's head on his shoulder. The abandonment that birthed him scarred but didn't define. He'd returned, not as savior, but survivor. And in the heart of America's sprawl, where prejudices cracked underfoot, love proved the fiercest promise. The center's opening gala buzzed with energy, string lights twinkling over the converted warehouse in Pilsen. Jamie paced backstage. "Ty ask you, is nerves a live wire? What if no one shows? What if they laugh?" Alex adjusted his collar, mirroring the brotherly fuss from a decade prior. "They'll come. Because you built this, for them, like I built for you." Jamie's eyes softened, the echo of that rainy whisper grounding him. Theo snapped a candid, grinning. Immortalized. "Now breathe." Crowds poured in, queer kids from suburbs, elders with stories etched in wrinkles, allies clutching rainbow pins. Lena emceed with flair, her voice booming. "Tonight, we claim space. No more hiding in cornfields or closets." Applause thundered, and Jamie spoke, words steady. "I was the kid peeking from shadows, watching my brother exiled for loving true. This place, it's our promise kept." Tears glistened, donations flowed. Alex watched from the wings, chest tight with pride, and a flicker of unease. Their mother sat front row, clapping tentatively, her presence a milestone laced with minefields. Post-gala, over late-night tacos, the family debriefed. Ma, Eleanor now, not the ghost of shame, sipped margarita, eyes on Jamie. Proud of you, son. Both of you. But her gaze lingered on Alex, unspoken apologies hovering. Theo sensed the undercurrent, squeezing Alex's knee under the table. She's trying. Later, alone in their apartment, Alex unburdened. Trying's not enough. Not after the rain. Theo pulled him close, heartbeat syncopated. But it's a start. Like us, borders crossed, one step at a time. Work pulled Alex eastward again, a retrospective at MoMA. Exiled Echoes, a decade on. Curators hailed it as seminal, panels dissecting his evolution from raw fury to nuanced resilience. But in hotel rooms, solitude amplified doubts. A call from Riley in Willow Creek, hails stirring again. Town Council, anti-LGBTQ curriculum ban. They're using your name as the devil's poster boy. Alex's jaw clenched. The past, a hydra, heads regrowing. He flew to Ohio incognito, meeting Riley in a diner booth, fluorescent hum underscoring urgency. It's personal now, Riley said, sliding agendas. Hale claims your influence corrupted Jamie, endangers kids. Alex scanned pages, rage simmering. He wants war? Fine. Back in New York, he rallied. Lena mobilizing activists, Theo documenting via drone shots of protest prep, Jamie scripting testimonies. The hearing loomed, a high-stakes rematch. En route to Willow Creek, a storm grounded flights. Stranded in O'Hare, Alex confessed to Theo over airport whiskey. I'm scared of failing him again. Theo's hand steadied. You're not that boy anymore. We're the storm now. They arrived to a rally swelling. Hundreds, signs bobbing. Promises over prejudice. Jamie led chants, voice amplified, no longer the shadow child. Eleanor stood beside him, sign trembling, Mothers for Love. Inside the council chambers, air thick as Judgment Day. Hale testified first, venom polished. This artist's perversions threaten our values. Exile him again, for good. Murmurs rippled. Alex rose, composed. I was exiled once. It forged me. My brother? He's proof love endures. Testimonies followed. Queer teens sharing survival, parents admitting blind spots. Eleanor's turn shattered the room. I threw my son out. Watched him break. Won't watch another. Sobs echoed. Votes teetered. Victory came narrow, 4-3 against the ban. Outside, hugs crushed, champagne popped in plastic cups. But Hale cornered Alex in the parking lot, face twisted. This isn't over. Blood's thicker. A veiled threat, but Alex met it unflinching. Mine's chosen now. Driving away, rain pattering windshield, Jamie quipped, round 2 to us. Laughter broke tension, bonds reforged in fire. Chicago healed the fray. The center thrived, Jamie's leadership drawing grants, Sam and Mia co-hosting workshops, trans rights panels, by visibility brunches. Alex's MoMA show toured, proceeds funding scholarships. Theo's exhibit, Borders Within, paired their works, lovers' lenses intertwined. Evenings, quartet dinners devolved into board games, laughter chasing ghosts. Yet undercurrents stirred. Eleanor visited more, baking pies that tasted of tentative peace. One night, over chess with Jamie, she asked Alex, forgive me. He paused, pawn hovering. Working on it. For him. Progress, pixel by pixel. A new twist arrived via email. An invitation to Willow Creek's first Pride, spearheaded by Riley, despite backlash. Your presence would seal it, she wrote. Alex hesitated, scars itching. Theo encouraged, return as conqueror. Jamie nodded. Together? Pride weekend dawned crisp, rainbow flags snapping in breeze. The parade snaked Main Street. Once hostilized, now mixed. Curious stares, hesitant waves. Alex marched arm in arm with Jamie, Theo snapping, Lena leading floats. Eleanor walked too, step by step, her sign. Proud mom. Cheers swelled. A kid handed Jamie a flower, eyes wide. Like me. The festival pulsed, booths of ally bakes, drag story hours. But Hale lurked, petition in hand for a recall vote. Whispers, undermine the queers. Alex confronted him at the edge, crowd noise fading. Let it go, uncle. Hale's eyes, mirror to Marcus's ambition, narrowed. Family duty. But Marcus called then, voice contrite. Heard about the ordinance. Cut ties. Your art's too vital. A fracture in the old guard. Night fell with a bonfire vigil, stories shared around flames. Jamie spoke of the promise, voice carrying. Exile taught endurance. Love? That's the return. Applause warmed. Even skeptics lingered. Eleanor pulled Alex aside, tears silver. Thank you for bringing us back. Hug came natural, rain-scented forgiveness. Back home, ripples spread. The center expanded, Jamie's vision scaling to satellites in Cleveland, Detroit. Theo and Alex adopted a rescue dog, nights walks weaving dreams. Sam's transition surgery funded by a gala auction, Alex's donated piece fetching records. Mia's by rom-com script optioned, queer joy on screen. 2 years on, a letter from Hale, not threat, but olive branch. Saw the light. Grandkids coming out, you're doing? Alex burned it, but kept the ash as reminder. Change, reluctant but real. In their Brooklyn brownstone, new chapter, roots deepening. Alex sketched Theo asleep, lines soft. The promise, once a desperate vow, now a tapestry. Brothers, lovers, chosen kin. Abandoned? Yes. Returned? Victorious. America's heart, cracked open, beat stronger for it. Eleanor's integration deepened. Weekends at the center volunteering, sorting donations, her farm-honed hands gentle with kids' crafts. Never too late, she'd say, echoing Alex's mantras. Jamie thrived beside her, their duo a bridge across chasms. But Alex watched warily, old instincts flinching at overreach. Theo's career surged, a fellowship in L.A., scouting queer narratives for docs. 6 months, he promised, packing. Alex nodded, masking the echo of past goodbyes. We'll visit. Film me ranting at traffic. Laughter masked ache, airport kiss lingered. Alone, Alex dove into a mural commission for the center, wall-sized tethers, figures linked across divides, colors vibrant against brick. Jamie posed as model, stance defiant. Capture the fire, bro. Brushstrokes flew, but nights stretched empty, Theo's absence a hollow hum. Then, Fracture, a tabloid hit, courtesy of Hale's lingering spite. Queer artist's scandalous return, corrupting hometown roots. Twisted quotes from the Pride. Eleanor's photo captioned, brainwashed mom. Calls flooded, galleries hedging, donors pausing. Alex's agent panicked. Damage control now. Rage propelled him to Ohio, confronting Hale at his parsonage. This your duty? Hale's face crumpled, not defiance but defeat. Thought I was protecting, but lost my own boy to silence. Confession spilled. His son, gay and estranged, mirroring Alex's exile. Hates a mirror, son. Shattered mine. No apology, but truth, a twist softening edges. Alex retracted claws, offering, talk to him. Like I did Jamie. Hale nodded, door closing on possibility. Back in Chicago, he spun the narrative, press release. Hates echoes, from exile to empathy. Coverage shifted, humanizing the feud. Donors doubled down. The mural unveiling drew crowds. Theo's FaceTime from L.A. glowed with pride. My warrior. But distance gnawed, late calls, time zones clashing. A weekend reunion in Joshua Tree, stars blanketing, reignited sparks. Miss this, Theo murmured, hands mapping familiar paths. Miss us. Vows renewed, no borders too wide. Jamie's romance bloomed. A barista named Kai, non-binary with a sketchbook soul. Dinners at the apartment, laughter easy, Alex vetting with teasing. Heard him, I paint you as villain. Kai grinned. Challenge accepted. Family expanded, organic. Eleanor's health faltered. Farm works toll, a slipped disc. Jamie flew her to Chicago, PT sessions laced with bonding. Your world's bigger, she admitted, watching parade reruns. Alex softened, cooking her chili, stories swapped over bowls. A grant rejection stung, center's expansion stalled. Jamie spiraled, doubts creeping. Am I enough? Alex pulled him to the mural, finger tracing lines. You tethered me back. That's enough. Lena crashed the pity party with burritos. Reapply fiercer. We're unbreakable. Theo returned early, Fellowship cut by funding. Chose home. Relief flooded. Their life synced again. Shoots around the city. Alex modeling in derelict lots. One frame. Alex against chain link. Eyes fierce. Theo's caption. Returned. Summer heat wave brought crisis. Wildfires edging California, but metaphorically, a donor scandal. Embezzlement tainting the center's rep. Audits loomed. Jamie's vision teetering. Can't lose this, he choked. Alex mobilized. Pro bono lawyers via Marcus. Crowdfunding blitz. Theo's doc pitch on queer resilience. Garnered buzz. Proceeds pledged. Vigil nights. Quartet plus Kai and Sam plotting. Mia's script sale injected hope. Eleanor, from her sickbed, mailed farm quilts for auction. Threads hold. Bids soared. Crisis averted. Trust rebuilt. Fall leaves turned, and Hale's son appeared, unannounced at the center, gaunt and guarded. Dad said, "Try." Jamie mentored, coffee chats easing walls. Alex observed, promise rippling outward. Thanksgiving gathered them. Eleanor hosting in Chicago, table groaning. Toasts clinked, to returns, to tethers. Laughter drowned old rains. Winter's gift, Theo's proposal, rings simple, under mistletoe. Keep promising? Alex, tears hot. Always. Wedding plans wove, small, rooftop, rainproof. But spring storm brewed. Eleanor's diagnosis, early lymphoma. Fight it, Alex urged, echoing his own battles. Chemocycles, family rotations. Jamie shaved her head solidarity style, grins defiant. Bald and badasses. Through it, love anchored. Theo's film premiered, Sundance nod, Alex's story threaded in. Accolades poured, but real win. Eleanor's remission scan, clear. Summer wedding. Vows under clear skies. Jamie best man, Lena officiant. From exile to embrace. Rings exchanged, kisses sealed. Dance floor spun. Kai twirling Eleanor, Sam leading Mia. Years stacked, center franchising, Jamie a name in advocacy. Theo's Oscar buzz, Alex's Met retrospective. Eleanor, Survivor, garden rooftop plots. One anniversary, Alex gifted Theo a canvas. Them, tethers infinite. Kept it. In America's mosaic, promises bloomed eternal. The Met exhibit opening was a spectacle. Gowns swirling, flashes popping, Alex in tailored black, Theo's arm a steady anchor. Echoes resonate. The catalog read, panels debating his arc from Midwest outcast to cultural force. Critics lauded the maturity. Harper's lines no longer fracture. They mend. But backstage, imposter syndrome nipped. Had success diluted the rawness that birthed it? Jamie crashed the afterparty, tie loose, Kai in tow. Big bro, slumming with us normals? Hugs fierce, stories swapped amid champagne flutes. Eleanor beamed from a corner booth, chemo faded but fierce, her quilt draped over shoulders. My boys, she murmured, pride undimmed. Back in Chicago, normalcy beckoned. The center's satellite in Detroit launched, Jamie commuting, Lena holding fort. Sam transitioned fully, voice deepening with HRT, poetry slams his stage. Mia's film adaptation cast queer leads, set visits a whirlwind. Theo's directorial pivot, short on trans joy, filmed in Pills and Alleys, Alex producing. Your eye, my heart, Theo quipped. Shoots bonded crew, late raps devolving to tamales and truths. Twist via mail, Hale's will, post-mortem. Bequests to the center, land for expansion, apology notarized. For the son I silenced, and the brother who spoke. Stunned silence, then Jamie's nod. Use it. Heal forward. Eleanor's garden yielded first tomatoes. Harvest feast a ritual. Roots deep, she said, handing Alex a basket. He cooked pasta, sauce simmering memories. Fall brought Jamie's crisis. Kai's job transfer to Seattle, ultimatum looming. Love or legacy? Jamie agonized. Alex counseled, both. Like Theo and me. Late night drives, bridges crossed. Kai stayed, compromise carved. Thanksgiving storm hit literal, power out, candles flickering tails. Eleanor shared pre-exile stories. Alex's toddler tantrums, Jamie's first steps. Laughter wove forgiveness tighter. Winter Gala raised records. Sam's MC debut electric. Mia's premiere red carpet, Alex is scolding, flashes blinding, but her whisper, "Oh you, Tether King." Spring renewal, Eleanor's full remission party, bonfire redux. Hale's son, now out, toasted, mirrors mended. Theo's short one, Sundance jury prize, tears on stage. Alex's speech, loves the lens. Summer travels, road trip Midwest, Willow Creek pit stop. Pride evolved, festival bigger, Hale Memorial Scholarship awarded. Eleanor laid flowers, peace planted. Fall exhibit toured Europe, Alex and Theo trailing. Paris cafes, sketches born. Jamie held homefront, center thriving. Winter wedding anniversary. Vow renewal, intimate, rain held. Promises evolve, Theo said. Alex, and endure. Eleanor's book club, queer memoirs, discussions deep. Learning late, she laughed. Jamie's podcast launch, Tether Talks, voices amplified. Guests, Sam, Mia, even Riley. Theo's feature greenlit, Alex co-writing. Script sessions, passion pages. Twist, donor crisis, corporate pullout over politics. Rally cry, crowdfunding crushed it. Eleanor's health scare, false alarm, but hugs tighter. Summer camp for center kids, Alex counseling firesides. Stories echoed his, exiles young. Fall harvest, garden bounty. Jamie proposed to Kai, ring simple. Winter holidays, family swelled. Hale's son joining, kin reclaimed. Theo's film wrapped, premiere buzz. Alex's biography offer, pen true, scars shown. Eleanor's volunteer award, speech heartfelt. Jamie's wedding planning, Alex best man. Life's tapestry, threads infinite. Abandonment a distant thread, love the warp. Jamie's wedding dawned golden, Ohio barn venue. Ironic nod to roots, beams strung lights. Alex straightened his boutonniere, mirror reflecting brother groan. Nervous. Jamie grinned, terrified, but right. Vows exchanged under arches, Kai's eyes shining. Tether me always. Reception danced till dawn, Eleanor two-stepping with Lena, Sam DJing anthems. Post-honeymoon glow, Jamie and Kai nested in Logan Square, center duties shared. Alex gifted a joint piece, brothers and partners, intertwined. Theo's premiere in Toronto, carpet red, Alex beside. Reviews raved. Vasquez Harper synergy, queer heart pulsing. Awards chatter hummed, but home called stronger. Eleanor's 60th, surprise cruise, Great Lakes calm. Toasts to survival, stories salting waves. Fall foliage hike, quartet crunching leaves. Sam shared transition milestone. Top surgery scars fading to pride. Mia's sequel greenlit, by rep doubled. Center's national conference, Jamie keynoting, from promise to movement. Twist, cyber harassment wave, trolls dredging Alex's exile, deepfakes twisting art. Legal battles, but visibility spiked support. Theo's therapy push, we carry it still. Sessions unearthed, Alex's rain phobia, Theo's border guilt. Healing peeled layers. Winter solstice ritual, center bonfire, intentions burned. Eleanor's, more tomorrows. Jamie's first anniversary, Alex babysitting plants, quipping, don't elope again. Spring bloom, Theo's Oscar nom, doc category. Campaign trail, Alex grounding. Shine, but return. Eleanor's garden tour, neighbors gawking rainbows. Summerfest, center booth thrumming. Kids drawing, Tether heroes, Alex framed it. Fall book launch, Alex's memoir, Reigns of Return. Signings emotional, Jamie blurbing, Brother's Truth. Theo's win, acceptance theory, for exiles everywhere. Eleanor's remission check, 5 years clear. Party roared. Jamie's expansion, Cleveland site, ribbon cut with Kai. Mia's rap party, cameos galore. Winter gales, power out, board games by lantern, laughter stormproof. Theo's next project, Alex's story scripted. Sam's poetry collection, launch sold out. Center scholarship, Hale fund, irony embraced. Eleanor's dating app foray, lunch dates, Alex vetting, no preachers. Jamie's paternity talk, surrogacy dreams. Alex's gallery solo, infinite tethers, record sales. Life's rhythm, promises pulsing, love's cadence, unbreaking. Jamie's surrogacy journey unfolded Tinder, match found, ultrasound shared. Alex held vigil, Theo filming discreet. Uncle Judy's, he joked, masking awe. Eleanor's beau, widower Tom, gentle, church left. Dinners tested, but his ally toast won. Love's gospel. Theo's biopic greenlit, casting calls queer-led. Alex consulted, raw, not ruin. Summer heat, center camp, kids' murals echoing Alex's. Fall harvest fair, Willow Creek invite. Parade entry, floats proud. Hale's widow approached, he'd approve now. Jamie's baby shower, gender-neutral joy. Kai's nerves, parenting queers. Winter birth, Little River, cries echoing promises. Alex cradled, welcome, tether. Theo's set visits, Alex cameo in G as extra, rain scene meta. Eleanor's grandma era, spoiling with quilts. Sam's tour, poems landing Ted. Mia's franchise, by icon status. Center's decade gala, Jamie's speech, from one promise, a legacy. Twist, old letter unearthed. Dad's unsent apology, cancer bed scribble. Jamie read aloud, tears cathartic. Theo's director nod, Globe's buzz. Alex's TED, art as return. Eleanor's remarriage, small, lakeside, Tom vowing amends. River's first steps, uncles chasing. Jamie's book, brother's shadow to light. Theo's premiere, standing ovation. Center Global, online hubs, worldwide tethers. Eleanor's health vigil, routine, but vigilant. Summer road trip, family RV, cornfields reclaimed. Fall equinox, intentions anew. Jamie's second child talks. Alex's canvas gift, family tree, branches endless. Winter solstice, firelit, vows refreshed. Theo's Oscar sequel. Sam's wedding, non-binary bliss. Mia's Oscar nod. Eleanor's legacy fund. Life's weave, abandonment a faint pattern, love the boldest stroke. In twilight years, Alex reflected, rain no longer foe, but renewal. The promise, kept manifold, echoed in every laugh, every link. Returned, whole, America's queer heart beating through them.